The adaptive difficulty may change in the future. Look, we've heard this all before. Kabam just put out a particular post, and over the last 24 to 48 hours, I've been kind of like I put out my video. If you haven't seen like my video on this, I mean, a lot of people have. Shout out to everybody that came out to kind of like, support and have a look at the video. I'm a non-spending player, obviously free-to-play orientated, and I felt that it had a big impact. Also, this was something Kabam set up. Regardless of anybody having any say, Kabam knew they were going to deliver this particular mode, and we still went into it with the same things 2 weeks ago. I put it on my channel. A lot of you in the community have said exactly the same thing. We did not know that much info about the impact. We had a look at the live stream. We saw the prestige changes come in. I did a video on that. We then looked at the big push from free-to-play players to get the prestige up. Yeah, we did that. We then had a look at the cross-reference on the live stream. Yes, we did that. And then we had a look at the cross-reference to what you'll take home. And it's not great. And it was not great. And it would continue to be not so great. And everything went out on the same day bugged, right? Then the flurry, right? There was the information from Kabam crashed. Look, I get the game has to always move forward. But we have the issue with going forward, the impact that it then puts on the future of MCOC. It changes the future of MCOC. It changes it now because most of the videos that I'm doing with, I've got a video that I've written the script for, or structure for, sorry, not script, it's structure, which is for a video going out. I think I want to say it's tomorrow. It's actually this one right here. It's not a script. It's like I put a load of notes and stuff, and it's in the descriptions of stuff. So it's not really kind of like a script per se. But most of my videos are kind of like planned out in a certain way that we're hitting key points. Those key points that I'm hitting: 7-star signature stones, rank 4 7-star materials, ranking up in general, and focus around certain champions and prestige and the impact that this new change has had. Because it is like a big kind of churn of like, well, we're going to have to go in this direction with our rosters, or we have to go in another direction and stuff like that. So, as we know, Kabam crashed, mentioned about this and said about like the goal of this change was to make it so the broad roster power was what mattered. If you look at your top 30 prestige and think about it, you'll see that that's what you should focus on. For instance, the difference of prestige between two top prestige champions at rank 4 signature 200, Onslaught and Photon, it's 540. The difference between rank 4 signature 200 Photon, 33,670, and rank 3 sig 100 Photon, 2,500, over 8,000 prestige. Who you rank up and sig now matters a lot less. What matters is how many rank 4s you have and how high their sig is, right? That is a real bad precedence to hit because there's a lot of expectation around free to play, having to do a lot more and increase stress levels in the pursuit of getting to that particular stage. And it puts us back to a very scary precedence we've set years in the past. That's the context from that particular element. What has happened or what has changed? Well, look, everyone's been incredibly vocal about the extent of the change. I said as well that it's kind of like, this is just, yeah, it's not good. It's not good as a non-spending player. It's kind of sickening really with all of this. I just want to nip something in the bud here. Like, I know there could be. I mean, this post here of somebody kind of like saying, respect to the CCPs that got the code for getting paid, as obviously this is about the code, as everyone has to pay bills, but an unfortunate side effect is that Kabam effectively bought off some of the people that would be the loudest critics. Hello, hello, hi, yeah, we're out there. You know, it depends how wide you cast your net in the people that are vocal, because, yeah, constructive criticism is a good thing, and it effectively if effectively channeled, usually results in better outcomes for everyone. And my hope is that money and metrics are talking, and Kabam listens. Well, they have listened. You know, Now, you think at this stage I'm going to bring you some good news. Well, no. It's not even news. It's not good, but it's not even news. Because the difficulty is the biggest thing that is under discussion. Now, I thought when I got a ping for something kind of like changing, that there'll be good. You know, there'll be something that Kabam kind of went up. Do you know what? We'll change the whole like structure around the prestige, or kind of lower down the prestige, and also the difficulty, because also with the content going in bugged, and also the difficulty scale, because that's not great at the moment. By the way, a lot of players aren't liking it. I mean, I'm yet to do some more of it. I mean, I stopped and just went. Well, the game was down for several hours. Then I went to work. Then it was the deals, the spending stuff, which again, really bad timing for some of that stuff, to be honest. But anyway, thank you for your passionate feedback on adaptive event difficulty. We hear your concerns about its difficulty. Difficulty. Not about the prestige, not about the rewards, not about the problems that players have raised. The difficulty. I'm more actively working on adjustments for next month's quest on the difficulty. Both classic and elder difficulties will be tuned to offer more balanced and enjoyable experience. Nothing on prestige, nothing on the rewards. We're currently testing these changes to ensure they meet your expectations. Our expectations were make sure it's decent for everyone to access and don't feel that it's, them and us type scenario. I guess that's your expectation and my expectation. And we'll share full details once they're finalized. On the difficulty, that's probably it. We deeply appreciate your patience and commitment. We know we haven't hit the mark with this quest or our user experience in general since the launch of this update, and we're committed to making things right. Thank you for your patience, thank you for your passion and dedication to the contest. Well, there we go. That's bringing you information on something, and it's something and nothing. It's more nothing than it is a something. For those that are able to get at least some decent rewards out of it, and fair play. If you are, you are. It's just the people like myself and many others that are looking at our like where we're up to and go, well, how do we get the volume to compete? How do we get and I say compete in kind of raising up the prestige? Yeah, okay, if you spend a lot of money, get something from it, but it's like, well, what's the Valiant difficulty all about prior to all of this? What was the Paragon Gauntlet about prior to all this? Like, where have we gone? Where have we drawn the line in the sand and gone, oh, you know how it was? Everybody that was Valiant early on could access it. Well, those that have spent, I was about to say like 10 times, but it's like on 0 times. So it's, spent to an extensive amount are able to take, full advantage. But anyway, look, are Kabam going to answer? Are they going to improve? Well, quick answer, no. It doesn't look like it. We'll kind of find out as we go, but I won't hold my breath on any kind of like changes. They know they need to revert it back or find a way to make it a bit more palatable and pleasing for people. But yeah, not good for an inclusive experience, is it? What are your thoughts on the matter? I know the difficulty's bad. I've been in and kind of like checked out some of the stuff for that. It ain't good. But a lot of it ain't good at the moment. Thoughts in the comments. I'll see you later. Bye.